Alright, everybody out there in the No Man's Sky land, we are going to be looking at some gorgeous 4K footage of some excellent modding from Red Moss. This takes us back to the E3 days here. He called this mod E3 Arcadia. Now, he has some certain reasons for naming some things. I don't know what the Arcadia has anything to do with, but these guys are a little bit deeper into this stuff than I am. So here we are. We have some beautiful footage here, all in 4K. Really slamming my PC down. So enjoy this. Let's also talk about Red Moss and the page name. We went over to Red Moss's page this morning and looked at his files, and all of them seem to be gone. What is happening over there with Red Moss? It's very concerning to me. Red Moss, let me know what's happening, buddy. But this is just stunning. Look at his LOD. The LOD is just crazy in this, and he did a really good job of mixing everything up. And not only does he do this, I think he doesn't do it to the extreme like Woody Montana does, because he adds in a whole bunch of mods. Woody Montana's mod doesn't come with all these other mods. I think he has to make some compromises to get everything to run smoothly. To do this much, to have it run this smooth, and to be this consistent is why Red Moss is the best modder of No Man's Sky, hands down. Absolutely beautiful. Look at this grass as it comes by. I mean, he does grass too that's like over your head. It's just overwhelming. This mix of biomes here is just absolutely stunning as well. I mean, look at the mixtures here. I mean, every planet is unique. This mod and the Woody Montana mod. I mean, the Woody Montana mod, I've been using that one forever and don't get any replications. I mean, there's always something that is definitely unique. And here we're just going to keep on popping into new planets and taking a run, you know, taking a look at it, and then we'll just hit some new planets. And look how this one is all mixed up here. Just cool. Stuff from the marshy planets, stuff from heated planets. We've got grass. Just kind of mixing it all up here. And then he throws in his little pieces all the time too. Like we're not even seeing everything. I mean, it would take you days to go through and see every single little detail that Red Moss has probably put in here, down to a core level. You know, like signature wormies out there. They would have to have like almost like they had like a special eyeball on them. I don't think I'd go over there and look at them better, but it's like a yellow eye. It's a little different. And then he plays with the animal files too, so he knows which descriptors are probably the most unique ones, like this little bulbous head with the thorn horn coming out of it. You know, those are odd descriptors in the files. And what does Red Moss do? Goes pulls out all the cool shit, man. Makes that take priority over everything. That's just cool to do, man. That's excellent. Here we are on another planet. We got some nice hilly terrain in the background. Kind of look like the Badlands from the Dakotas in the United States. Looks cool. Here's something that's out of place. Look at the exotic critter just running around like that. Little fella's far from home. And that's cool. Ooh. This guy looks shiny. Ah, that lighting looks wonky. Looks like they're rubbed down in Vaseline or something. It's kind of gross. Everybody looks slimy and slick. Alright guys, look at that grass, man. That is cute. I just love the rich, real grass like this. Makes me feel the immersion is just so much better. And again, just how shiny everything is. I think that's kind of weird. I'm not sure if that's the mod or anything, but I think it's just the Ultra 4K. I mean, not slacking on the critter generation. Cut through. And the water. Another signature thing is, man, that water is just crystal clear and looks gorgeous. Extreme terrains here, man, just excellent. You can't beat it. No life improvement mods on this though. I don't have no jetpack, and I'm pretty sure I didn't have a pulse whip or anything. But he's got just like a throwback mod, so this is a throwback to the E3. I'm sure if we keep on traveling around, I mean, it's just gonna get crazy, especially with the deposits, you know, the above ground deposits and things like that. I'd like to see him. Yeah, see, there's an odd on that hill on the left-hand side there. There was some exotic collectibles. One odd anomaly. I was on a planet and I just seen one odd one now, and I thought that was just really cool. Like, how did he do that? Just put that one anomalous object in there. So sparse that it was, you know, there's probably maybe 40 on one planet or something like that. I don't know. Very low percentage. It's just cool what he does. The guy has an understanding of something in this game that just I don't know if anybody else quite does, or he just has some super dedication. You can see some of his the artwork of his in the back, like a little flagpole that was way off in the distance back there. He always puts that in there. Just throwback, man. You're mixing a little bit of the best of what was back then and a little bit of what was now. It's not as extreme as the Woody Montana, but he keeps it and plays it safe because he mixes them with a whole bunch of mods. And for that, I think it warrants you to go check out Red Moss a little bit. I hope his site gets back up. If anybody really wants this mod, give me a message and send me an email. And on that, I'll see you guys on the next video.
Yeah, here at No Man's Sky TV, we're so glad that we ran into Little Peter. He's got the best tip of all. I remember meeting him in number 19, Isdorjung, a few years back. It was a pretty neat experience.
Hold it right there, dickhead.
Easy there, little traveler. It's Little Peter. And here, try an esophageal surprise. They're a delight. All you have to do is rub a little cream on the outside of it and put it in your mouth. It's so gushy, and it slides right down your throat.
And I tell you what, little traveler, it's so easy to make. All you're going to need is some cake batter and some cactus nectar. And if you don't have cactus nectar, you can substitute with cactus jelly. Cooking time is about 2.5 seconds. There you go, little traveler. Eat on that.
That's when I knew immediately. Little Peter's tips were going to be inserted in the minds of every traveler across all the galaxies. I called Nada and Polo up immediately to get this guy his own spot on the No Man's Sky TV aired network.
Well, for the quickest tip, someone slides down your throat. It's the Cooking with Little Peter show.
For the biggest tip, someone slides down your throat. It's the Cooking with Little Peter show.
Hit that like and subscribe button, and be sure to look through the playlist for the No Man's Sky TV playlist. A lot of good stuff in there. If you can handle it, that is.
Fucking No Man's Sky, play around. this song, Mom. Stop it. Get out of here.
Alright, No Man's High. I can't get the other camera to work right now. I don't understand why I can't get the other camera to work. Let me get the microphone up a little bit better so you can at least hear me properly. My face doesn't really matter, really. We could just turn that off. But I'll tell you what, people like it, I guess. It makes it more intimate, I guess. And you guys want to be real intimate with me, I know. So, well, I tell you what, we are rocking around the Christmas tree. I hope you get some nip. Walk with me through this cave, and we're gonna take a trip. Rocking around this Christmas tree. I think somebody's been hitting the nip a little bit too much this morning. Hey, we got this crazy frozen tundra here with all this green and frozen stuff. So I was like, man, you know what? I think this would be kind of cool to throw down the old Christmas tree. Where the hell is that thing at? Oh, look at the spirals going up the middle of it. It's just disappeared. It is so wonkered out. Look at all this garbage up there. Okay, let's get back over there. All right, I was going to make a dramatic entrance, but that is not going to happen because, well, we've got the game super maxed out, and then it's in 4K, and we got Normandies all hanging out over here, just teasing everyone. Let's see if we can get a nice little photo here for the folks back home. They're never going to believe this. All right, here we go. Let's Normandy this. This is my Christmas card for the folks back home. I mean, we visited the the country's world. Oh, you know, if you ever driven across country in America, anyway, you know that almost every state has the world's largest something. I don't know, twine ball or I don't know. I've seen them all, man. I've been across country here quite a few times, and Just funny, I think, to me. So yeah, we got the world's largest Christmas tree. It's a postcard. It's in Isadora's Young. Must be the sign-in station over here, huh? All right, how do you get in this place? I see some golden Diplos down there. Must be my signal. It's almost like I know the guy who built this. Real punk. Guy's not cool at all. Mean, super mean. Sky Masters or whatever the hell his name is. I don't know. Some nerd. Alright. I want to just say, this is an old build. So, I mean, as amazing as it is, it's definitely, you're going to look at it now and go, hold up, man. Aren't you better than this? No. No, but it's a really good. I could do it a lot better. For sure. And it was decorated by UTech, but I think this is not the decorated version. I had it slimmed down so I could probably add the stuff upstairs. But as you've seen from the outside, my Fibonacci spiral staircase that goes inwards, you can definitely see where that was inspired now. From some of that Math XYZ geometry. It could be done a lot better with different pieces. This is pretty lazy. I'm gonna sad. Yeah, we got some of those modded lights beaming out outside. We can kind of see them focusing in on us right here, right now. Let's see if we can get a look at that over there. Cool, just the light beams going through everything. I like that they do that. So you can work to that to your advantage. This needs to be redone. Look at the garbage. It is straight up garbage. I'm highlighting my own garbage build right now. It's still amazing. I just think it's lazy garbage in my on my standards here. It's old. It was for a competition and we rushed it out, and I had UTech come in here and he decorated the inside, which really helped out on the tour, because if the tour would have looked like this, which is kind of boring, it's like, oh, a spiral staircase, oh, okay, big star and all this crazy stuff. The outside, well, it's still nice, but the run up is kind of boring. Hey, let me mind you, this is this is before the teleporters came in. I mean, we were begging for teleporters forever, so one of the biggest pivotal points of the game. Because then we ended up with stairs like this. And what the hell is going on here? Alright. I tell you what, speaking of Nip Nip, man, look at those damn Nip Nip trees out there. Absolutely beautiful. It's so green. It needs a lot of red. So let's try and throw some red in there. Alright, what the hell do we have up there? How do we get up there? We got a lot of stuff going on up here. Alright, so this is Bizarro's capital build. And we'll have to get into it. It's up, this piece right there is, anyway. The Christmas tree is obviously mine, because disordered, chaotic build is my specialty. So yeah. Yeah, that needs to go. That's probably hurting the build right there. But that's a cool entrance. I think that's a dope-ass photo. Let's go ahead and pull this back out. Now that's a really, that'll be the cinematic reveal shot right here for the video. Now, just absolutely wicked. Let's walk in here and look at this thing. Now, as soon as I step onto this platform right here, this is not my build. This is Bizarro's. Absolutely fantastic. Let's we gotta get a shot of that right there. Yeah, there you go. You can actually get some justice here on this piece. Just drop the sun down. Center that up a little bit. Gosh, I mean, with the wall being there, am I going to even be able to kick it back a little bit? Alright, there you go. And that is the shot, if you ever seen the shot, I guess. I mean, does it get any better with contrast of any other sorts? As dark as you can. Guess so. Now, I bet you it probably would look a lot better if we turn the light switch off and make it red. Right? Isn't that what happens? Let's get a shot of that here real quick here. Chink. What's it? There it is. Chink. Waiting for my chinks. Alright, pretty neat, huh? That's pretty cool. I think so. We learned a lot from this. I won't get into explaining it exactly. Well, I mean, she's really good with placing things, but I would say that this was, I don't know, really good at, I don't know if it's an import or they just really just replaced the points on the other model that they had built, which was, it's a possibility that it's hand built. I mean, it's not super complicated or anything, but it's precise, and it definitely took some knowledge and some skills for certain. And it's just wicked to look at, man. Right? Stunning and beautiful. No, I don't know what happened to Bizarro. They seem to just kind of, well, I mean, I fell off too, and I've changed my name, and I get it. So, I was gonna say I don't know what happened to them or why, but I know why. Let's take a slide out here. Christmas tree, star, Bizarro, build, crazy tour, 4K. Can't hit that 60 because my machine ain't built for 4K at 60. But, you know, it's not a really competitive game, so I think it's just fine. And a lot of my shots I want to slow down anyway, and I feel like this almost like it's almost like forces you to do like camera stabilization yourself as I'm playing. I mean, I'm more conscious of it. It's a little bit, I don't know. I damn sure wouldn't complain until I was gaming, not trying to shoot somebody. But gorgeous, you know. Just playing around with some build stuff. I don't even know where my count is at. It's got to be up there because the game is definitely struggling. We're super modded too as well, so I mean, let's just slam everything at this thing and put it in 4K, right? On a machine that's not really supposed to do this at 4K? I don't think so. I don't know. It's handling it pretty fine. I think it's a beast, but. I optimize my system fairly well, and I think that's a key element. All right. These guys are sexy over here. Let's get another picture. Is it on this one that I was at? It's on the very tip. Let's play just the tip over here real quick. And get one more photo to end the whole shoot here. Oh, there we go. And I knew that was going to happen. That's really cool that that's there. All right. Okay, so I was right. There's a mod for ships, and it has a summoner and a ship file, and for some reason I thought both files needed to be in there, but you just need the ship summoner, it looks like. So little key for anybody that's using the mod stack out there with the ship summoners. Ship summoners. Alright, we'll do some flybys here. Let's get the tree out of the way. Who cares about the tree? I mean, the Normandy would just make like a nice regular ship. Let's make it down. Let's shrink that guy down and drive it around. All right. So since we got these ships going, let's go take a look at them real quick. This video will be all over the place. Like, it's way too much stuff crammed into one video, man. It's like 3 different builds and a whole bunch of ships and 11 different mods with 33 different special ships. It's too much for us, man. You're gonna blow our heads off. We gotta thumbs down this video, man. This is blasphemy. Alright, let's go back into my menu here. So we got the Golden Vector. It's always number 1. The TIE Silencer. Serenity, Batwing, Police, Razor Crest, Gaseous. That's part of the. That's recycled, recycled graphics from the game. A lot of it is. The modders seem to use that. It'd be easy that and the game already has it. Corrupted drones, droid TIE Fighter. Droid TIE Fighter, okay. Jedi Starfighter. What's that look like? Okay, where do I... He's just throwing his hands up. But I can't... I was wondering why they wasn't popping up. Milano. Alright, well that's working. Alright, well there must be some, because of the menus or something. Probably something with the parts mod. Because it goes in the same folder, and I would imagine that there's some kind of mix-up going on, and if we want to see them, then we want it's one or the other on that. I would imagine. I can probably, you know, take those off and on and confirm that here. All right, now that I've gone off on that own little tangent, we're not gonna look at ships because I'm not understanding what's going on there, but I would imagine it has something to do with conflicts in the mods. So it's a game of take off and put back on and see what happens there. Look at the spiral staircase going up. Incoming storm. Time to get out of there. Hey, we're gonna go check out some worlds. Let's go check out some worlds. Get a few in there. I wish I had the boat. I don't think I have boaties on. No waterlock. Check that out. It's close. Yeah, and if just for those wondering, they're mostly mods by Woody Montana and then Brit Free. So if you're interested and you're on PC and you're ready to take the game to a whole new level, I suggest going over to the Nexus Mod site and checking out those two guys. Well, if you've never modded before, I'd go get Red Moss's all-in-one first. Get your feet wet first. Alright, let's see if we can find some land down here. Couldn't see a damn thing from out there. Is that underneath there? That's kind of weird. I see something off over here. Weird flutter in the graphics. Just me? Let's pop up. Not too high. Hey, and Astra, a shooting star show out over the water might look good. Not gonna happen. That was it. It's baloney. Alright, guys. I just don't see anything out there, man. You guys see anything out there? There's no hope for anything. Nothing out on either side. Yes, I like to hang upside down like a bat and check everything out. It just seems to be better for me. It did say waterlocked, or whatever it was. But there's something down there. We're gonna land. And we're gonna see how deep the rabbit hole goes. It's like a personal goal of mine. That's what this whole video is gonna be about. What the heck is on this water world here? Can we find some land? Alright, let's stop joking around. And let's find a piece of land down there. That looks like scattered lands, right? Oh, yeah, because I can see the shiny bits. So we don't want it quite there. We want deep water. I want a piece that's almost on the edge of there. That looks good to me right there. Space. The final frontier. Yeah, I think one of these parts look good to me. Maybe that guy... Is that land way out there? It is land out there. Let's take this last little piece over here. I'm sure there's... I'm trying to just get on a good area where it's going to be nothing but water for a while. I wish I could turn the other camera on too. That side view, it shows my biscuit neck. I look like a giraffe with a biscuit neck. Oh, Roy, look at that, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Weather is corrupted blood. Mmm, sounds yummy. Man, these worlds just get crazy, man, with these mods. Absolutely bonkers. landlubbers at? Thought I'd check. Oh, we gotta get a little sunrise here too. You know. Oh no! There we go. I like to see the color change. Let's see what we get there. Barren. All right. Well, very nice looking. I don't like the, I don't like the blood red water. It's like my least favorite color for water. I don't know. There's just something about it. I guess my hopes is that there's gonna be some like wicked deep. You better back on up, man. I don't know who this Foolio thinks he is. It actually kind of scared me. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, "What the hell is going on, man?" I didn't trigger anything, did I? I was so scared. Alright, so what I'm hoping for is some deep. We're going deep. That's what I want. Now, I think I've seen, like, with the mod was like 200 and something. So I don't know how far we can get, but I mean, we're at a place called Waterlocked or whatever the hell it was called. So I felt like I had high hopes, and it turned my whole video into something else. We're gonna try it out, guys, and see where we go. Hey, it's 114. I mean, you're already impressed. And that's open water. But it's modded though, it doesn't count. Let me tell you something about mods, man. Mods for this game kind of take the regular game and just change the mathematics of it. All the same art. A little bit different than just we added some different graphics or whatever, you know. It's big. I mean, these aren't small, and we're deep. Deeper than anything you're gonna get in the game. Vanilla. 140. 144. Yeah, I think it was 208 or 216 or something like that. I got a video. Deep dive. Gorgeous. I wish it wasn't red. But with the big red nodule glowy things, it's kind of working. I mean, if it's going to be red, be red. And coming from the green Christmas Christmas tree present place, whatever, the Christmas tree. Oh, look at that. That's stunning coming out into this. How deep are we? Still fairly deep, man. It's going to be 100 plus. So we don't want to go that way. The thing is we're probably going to like run out of land, and I'm not going to want to go back, so I'll just end the video. And that'll be it anyway. I'm trying to keep them shorter so there's no ads in the middle of them. I think it's got to be under 8 minutes, I do believe. YouTube's auto pre-roll is already bad enough. I'm going to try to keep it to a minimal for you guys. If I can. I have no timer down there either, so I have no idea where the video is at in length. Well, I tell you, we're going to come over this next hill here, and we're going to see where we get at for depth. And if it's nothing really crazy significant past what we've been already, then we will call it a day on this long adventure that we've been on. I want it to be epic. I want to come over the hill into some crazy valley looking thing, and I want it to look epic. Something like this. Now give me a huge mountain in the distance that kind of slowly comes in. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Give it to me. Give it to me, baby. Open water. Alright, let's get deep. Let's go deep. Boldly go where no geck has gone before. I keep seeing like almost a I think it's just a light shadow. I keep on thinking it's like a big old mountain about to come in. Alright, we're at 100 plus now. I feel a little bit better. It's going down too, but you get that weird kind of a illusion that you keep going down. And sometimes the numbers will actually go up. There was a spot in Oregon on top of the mountain that had this stream, and like it forced the perspective to see the stream going uphill, sort of. People would argue. I thought it was cool. Well, 119. We got bragging rights, but I mean, not calling up Guinness Book of World Records or anything. That was loud in my ear. I'm glad it didn't go off on my ear. Gotta be bleeding. Alright, one more little down spot here. We'll see where it takes us. We're at 120. I see it drop off right over here, but I think it might be a fool's gold. No, maybe not. That's a significant difference. Here we go. We hit the 150s. We might even see some bigger numbers coming up here. 150. Which way do we go? Oh well, there's caves don't count. Caves do not count. Even in the modded, I mean, well, we're modded. I guess it doesn't count. But I try to keep it open water. But there is a cave right there at 158. We're a little bit deeper than that. We could say it's 166. I mean, we're gonna go up and over. Let's go through this little cut right here. And see if this pays off. .166 is still the record on this planet. Gorgeous shot though there. I mean, that's just epic. Sitting down here this deep with this mountainous terrain all around you, it's just awesome. A lot of the complaints are that, is that the water just don't get deep, and when it's down like this, it's super wicked crazy. I mean, I don't know. You could do some stuff with some water worlds, I think. And we're coming up over on a big hole up here. Could be fool's gold though. I fall into the fool's gold trap all the time. That's a big old drop off there, folks. That's a huge drop off. Alright, we're in the 170s, but that's kind of a cave though. I mean, that's cheesy to say. And we were definitely past 166, but that 170 mark, I don't know if I'm going to hold that. Cute. All right, folks, I think, you know, it's a possibility that it might be here. But I usually, you know, if it's going to be super, super deep, I kind of hit that spot a little more quicker, more often. Am I back out in that same area? Did I just turn around? Or is it a new area like that? Oh, it's a new area, huh? Corner pocket. I thought there was a hole there for a minute. Yeah, it's not even past 166 there. But you got a fool's gold drop off right up here. That's a big drop off, man. For already being at 166 or 150. Alright. So we'll probably hold 170 down here, I think. Alright, 174.5. Yeah, alright. Okay, I feel better. I feel better. This is where I start going, okay, that's impressive. You know, 175 is impressive. Doesn't beat the record. But it's a good try. Alright, I think that's it, man. That was fun. Alright, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video. See you later. Eat your peas, call your mom, tell somebody you love them.
Remember boundary failures? Sky Masters remembers boundary failures. Hit like and subscribe and find out more. After the Video League premiere, stay tuned for my new show, Cooking with Little Peter.
Alright, now that we paid the bills, before we go any further, I want to remind you that this footage is from the dark web, so be advised that you could see possibly anything hidden in these images. Parental advisory is advised.
We was proper naughty last night down the old rubber-dub-dub.
Alright, guys. You guys are disguising my voice, correct? Okay. He knows my voice. You guys are gonna cover my face up, correct? Okay. Because he will fucking kill me if he finds out I leaked this footage. Alright, guys. Alright. Now that we go. Alright, we're okay? Okay. Alright. Well, we've got some leaked footage here, and all I can say is some terrain is going to be coming your way. And the only way I can sum it up is with a song. Welcome to the jungle! But seriously, folks, we lost a lot of people in that jungle. It was some wicked bush. Bob here didn't make it out. We can see that he's running through some pretty hectic bush here, and the frontiers seems to be glitching. And that is a glitch in the Matrix, which you know means trouble. You can see some of the locals are starting to surround him right now. And we're going to cut the footage off because it is just too terrible after that. But please, hit the like and subscribe. A lot of people have lost their lives to bring you this footage, and the least you could do is subscribe to the channel and support us. Thank you.
Alright, No Man's Sky Masters, it's your favorite tip and nutrient processor chef in the galaxy, Little Peter, and today I'm back with another good recipe that's sure to knock 'em dead. Today you're going to need some withering rolling batter and some cactus nectar. And what you're gonna get is some fluffy throat rippers guaranteed to shut 'em up at the parties. That's a little tip from Little Peter.
Pirates took off with your nip-nip? Capital ship hit and run? Were you illegally detained at the space station? Here at the law office of Murray and Murray, we can help you. We are For the Traveler. Has tickled you in your fluffy throat tripper? Please hit like and subscribe. And if it has pissed you off, call us at Murray and Murray at 16 16 16 16 16 16 16.
up, guys? It's Sky Masters here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Listen, hot topic been as of lately, base building and base manipulation and base stuff. We need to understand bases a little bit better and what is actually going on. So on a fundamental level, we're not even going to go into the game on this video. We're going to go into the file system, okay? And we're going to talk about the complexities of the file system because these things are in tiny little increments, and that's the key to this whole thing. So if you want to learn about how to manage and understand bases a little bit more, follow me into this video.
All right, guys, listen, I sat down for a long time thinking about how exactly I was going to do this video. How can we understand bases in our file systems? Man, we got to go to the source, to the fundamentals. We're going into the file systems themselves. And as I was doing this, I went over to a very large hub, and well, I've been struggling to open some files. And just recently, I have been sharing a lot of music files with some people and having some kind of a problem, and now it's connecting in my head that this is probably the issue and this is probably what's happening. I've kind of thought of this before because it's kind of overwhelming, but man, when you got a big old PC, you think that a small file isn't that much of a trouble, right? Yeah, I got a huge PC, 8 cores, knocks things out of the park, right? But when you have to compartmentalize everything into small little sections, well, things get a little bit trickier there, okay? And I think that's what's kind of happening in the realm of No Man's Sky. It's not a Hello Games issue or a problem. Now, with that being said, I'm talking about what I see on my end. I am not able to explain or validate the reasons for why Hello Games' discoveries and their servers are broken, because all of this information seems to get jumbled and mixed up within the game. I don't know why it can't stay to its respectable origin locations. Can't answer that for you. For that, I am just as perplexed as to why the game has always been broken. It's a super disappointment. Sean Murray, get off your butt and fix it. Okay, so with that being said, let's go into the file system here. I was told you that I was in somebody's big, large hub system, and I tell you what it does is it kind of locks up my Java program. If I sat here and waited around for a long time, it would eventually load, or it will just lock up the program and freeze sometimes. Now that's just an issue that you have to deal with. Now I have a way of getting around this in hubs, which is I will go and lay my base down in a huge hub, and then I will get out of the hub system, and then I'd open up my file system, which means it's only going to have my files inside of it. When I leave your hub, all your files leave my file system, okay? When I join the hub, I have to get all this information into my file systems. All right, there's a lot of things that are going to dictate how this proceeds and how well this functions. Your internet speeds, what kind of drive you have. Do you have multiple drives? There's a lot of things. What can your computer handle? And these files are complex, and they have to be read in small increments. All right? Each part of your base has an X, Y, Z, color. There's a lot of information. So times that by the base part limit, 3,000, 2,000, whatever it is, it's a lot. And then you get a whole bunch of people with bases that are filled out like as art bases at a hub, and you have a problem, okay? Now, I mentioned earlier about my music group, us sharing files, okay? So just recently, I've been sharing some files, and I have to tell people, I have this file here. It's called 47,000 song files. This is every classic rock, classic, everything in MIDI format. This is a really cool file, guys. If anybody wants it, hit me up in the comments section. I'll hook you up, okay? But when I hook people up with this file here, I have to tell them in advance, this file is not all that big. Look at the size of the file. It's 369 megabytes, okay? Now, with my beast of a PC, it takes about 45 minutes to unzip this folder. I have some other MIDI files that are in the millions that you better take a half a day to unzip the file. Now, I can unzip huge files quickly
Man, my 8-core beast of a machine over here is a beast, but I throw this at it. It has to think in small increments, a whole bunch of them, and it locks up. It takes a long time for it to unzip this file. Now, I'd imagine that translates over to the same thing that's kind of happening in the realm of No Man's Sky while it's reading these base files. Okay, now I'm going to go into one of these base files, and I can't go into the one that I want to go into. This one here, my custom one, is in a hub, and if I try to open up this file, it's going to lock up. Maybe we'll do that last so you can see it. But let's go into a different file here. Let's go into a very old one so I can know that it's going to open up. I'm going to go up into my edit raw JSON file here, and we're going to go into our player state data and run all the way down to persistent player bases. Okay, so now that I open up, you can see that it only has 2 in here now. Very manageable. I laugh. So when I come in here and click on this, I can hit a Control A, and we can light this up, and we can actually see what's in here. Timestamp, object ID, user data, and a position XYZ. Object ID is probably what's going to give its, and I think there's some message, timestamp. There's no color, position, up at. I think the timestamp, the ID. Each part with each color probably has a different ID. So yeah, so that's quite a bit of information, and each one has to be read in its separate thing. Even each one of these has to be read separately. So each line has to be read separately. Each one of these sections has to be read separately, and then it has to be all put together. Whew, just saying it is exhausting. Imagine your PC trying to do this, or your console, or whatever kind of machine that you're working on. If you've got a potato doing this, and you've got one hard drive, and that hard drive is doing something else, and it's updating, and you're on Discord talking, and on Twitter talking, and you're downloading another file, well, you're having a lot of issues, man. You know, I have a lot of issues, and I've got SSDs. And I've got a lot of drives, and I've got plenty of options. So if I'm sitting here with one of the top of the line PCs and I'm having some issues, well, then I'm sure that everybody's going to have an issue, and that it's just going to be like that, right? That's what I think. I think it's pretty simple to understand after you think about it like this. Now let's try to go back in here and open up this custom file. Now you're going to see that there's going to be like 51 bases in here. It's super crazy, and it's probably just going to lock up, and I'm not even going to wait around for it because, well, that doesn't make a really cool video, and I think you guys get my gist here now. See if it'll even open it up. Sometimes I have to close down Java all the way. It's a weird program. It gets it acts weird sometimes. So just go back in here, open up the whole program again, and then we'll go back into my custom save. Watch it pop up. All right, see, I think it has like a little container file, so it kind of gets itself in a bind. I don't know if someone could rewrite this better to handle it and optimize its using in reading and writing these files, but that person is not me. So that's not going to happen today. So we're going to jump into this large file system. I just want you guys to see how crazy this gets. And persistent player bases down here. Now we can see there's 52 bases in here, and I'm on well, I don't know how many files are going to be mine on this, but and I'm probably have to wait for a minute. Let's see if we can click on one now. I usually don't wait for this. It usually takes me less time to just leave the system, jump out of the game, build my stuff, and come back in. I have way less of a hard time, and I don't have to deal with all of this. Now, these are all art bases. Now, if I wanted to sit here and wait, and there's a base that I want to check out, I will. I'll go walk away, go work on the car, go do something outside, come back in, and I'll have it all put up. And then I'll go and save it, and I don't have to do it again. But this seems to be an issue and a hang-up. So after all this, after doing the music stuff, I feel like it just clicked in my head that this was probably the problem, and it's just it's a jumbled up mess to try to figure out. How do you solve that? You have to have it in increments. It has to be at XYZs. It has to have a part location and all that information, and it has to be in those little segments. And it has to be shared if you want to share it, if you're uploading it. And like I said, if you're having problems, just turn your multiplayer off and get these files out of your system, man. It's crazy. If you're at a big hub and you're having an issue, boom,
This is it, man. This is your issue right here. This is a lot of information that needs to be read in small increments. That takes power. That takes brain power. More brain power than your and my small little grain pieces of meat chunks up in there can handle. And our computers are very struggling. The consoles are struggling. And that's how we can understand base building on a very fundamental level and maybe what's going on. So the other stuff with people stealing your stuff, I don't think that's a big deal. I think that's a problem that famous geeks have. What a problem. Oh, you have people coming over and griefing you. Stop making videos and putting it out there, you know? More units, more problems, right? That's what they say. To me, it's a famous geek problem, and you're lucky to have one. And what else would we do about this? What's broken? There's nothing broken besides this is hard to manage. And if everybody had a strong mega PC, they would still be having some issues. So don't feel so bad about it. All right. And with that being said, I love you guys. Thanks for watching the video. Call somebody up. Tell them that you love them.
Fucking No Man's Sky. Play around. Motherfucker, if you don't know, go check it out. It's a Ma, quit leaving me alone. I'm trying to make a song, Mom. Stop it. Get out of here.
Ooh, No Man's Sky? You like No Man's Sky? I like No Man's Sky. We both like No Man's Sky, and we have something in common already. I like odd things that nobody has done before, and I do odd things that nobody has done before in the realm of No Man's Sky. So you should maybe go check those things out. They're underneath. They've been buried so far, and nobody knows about them. Go check out all these cool videos of mine, and then smash that like and subscribe and hit that little bell down there so you know when that next video that nobody's seen has come out, and you can be the first one to comment. I'll see you on the next video, guys. Peace.
The first spawn is an ancient Gek empire, a name of a subspecies of the Gek that has dominated nearly the entire Euclid galaxy. The other Gek subspecies was named the Low Spawn. The plaques of the Korvax and Gek help provide an understanding of these early races and their histories. Expansion in the peak of power. The Gek were once led by an impulsive, aggressive first spawn that observed the ongoing war between Viking and the Sentinels. When the Viking finally won the endless war, starting the silence of the Sentinel, the first spawn proceeded with the first invasion of an alien race. This is known as the Great Disconnect to the Korvax. During this, the Korvax main neural networking hub, the Convergence, was almost completely annihilated, and their home capital planet, Korvax Prime, was itself shredded into an asteroid-esque chunks, killing billions of unborn elderly Korvax alike, whose deaths were collectively witnessed by the survivors. The Aryans tried to help, but failed the Korvax that worshipped them so dearly, resulting in their banishment by the Atlas and the replacement by modern-day Sentinels. The enslaving of the majority of the members of the Korvax species was seen by the first spawn as an act of mercy. When the Korvax were put into horrific conditions of slavery, abused and neglected, even into destruction with their robotic bodies stripped, examined, and melted down into more equipment for the first spawn's war efforts. In the spawning pools of Balion, hundreds of enslaved Korvax entities sacrificed themselves in desperations and used their nanite clusters, which run Korvax veins like blood, to rewrite the genetic code of the first spawn's embryos. They installed the devotion to Atlas in their minds and made them into a commerce-focused race instead of conquerors and warriors. This created the modern Gek race, and ultimately led to the downfall of the first spawn's empire. This was a brilliant long con in part by the Korvax. Here we can see one of the spawn pools, where the Korvax slowly manipulated the genes of the first spawn Gek to turn them into submissive creatures of confusion. The good thing about a simulation is that we can go back in time. And here, you can see the cooling functions of the gene pool manipulation machines. They are ran by the Protogek, a subspecies of the first spawn. The fans regulate the temperatures to a perfect 87.62 degrees Celsius. Is there a possible return? Some NPC interactions added in the Atlas Rises update suggest that the sum of the first spawn Gek might still be found in Gek society. A large enough disruption in an area close to the first spawn may drive it out of hiding. At Colossus Archives in the Gek systems, 1 or 2 references in the Gek's last spawn Traveler's Soul collections, as the Celestial Archives in those buildings references a hidden spirit.
all right there, mates. It's a good addition for freaky fauna here for you today, and I tell you what, Little Geck was out there studying some sandworm habitats and came across a kraken spawning grounds here for you. Oh, good, check this out. This is just some of the babies here. We're gonna come to this little hole here, and we're gonna come out on the mother. Oh, goodness gracious, be careful, little Geck. Oh, you can see some of those tentacles there coming out there. Alright, be careful, Geck. Don't let those tentacles touch you. She's been spawning and laying eggs. She's very temperamental. You don't want to get too close to her. Fine, he's just firing a couple warning shots. Just tell her, let her know. You know, I mean business. Oh, alright, he looks like he's going to give me a little foothold up on this emerald deposit. Oh, be careful, little Geck. Don't let those little tentacles get a hold of you. Now, I tell you what, mates, one giant kraken corpse found in Euclid had partially regenerated its tentacles. According to a study found in the specimen of Korvax Journal of Zoology, the regenerated club differed in length and width and the size and patterns of suckers when compared to the normal tentacle arm. Many cephalopods besides the squid and kraken are capable of this feat, including the octopus. And it's alright, she can take a couple of these warning shots. Giant female krakens are around twice the size of males from the tip of their beaks to the end of their two longest tentacles. Ooh, watch out there, little Geck. Little Geck's got himself in a little pickle, don't he there? I tell you what, she's gonna be all over little Geck here. I tell you one thing about krakens is they have 3 hearts. They have 8 median heart pumps, oxygenating blood throughout the body, which it receives from 2 smaller ones that pump blood through its gills. And I tell you what, nobody has ever documented a pair of giant krakens getting it busy, but me and little Geck here suspect that the males use their sex organs like syringes, injecting sperm into female krakens, where she stores the cells until her eggs are needing fertilizer. When that happens, the mom-to-be pulls them out of storage, though we're not sure how. Maybe we can find out here by little Geck. Oh, but that's not the weird part. I tell you what, this beautiful creature is truly bizarre, at least from our mammal-centric perspectives. That is the fact that its esophagus passes right through the middle of its brain. Oh my crikeys, I tell you what, giant krakens have to be really careful while swallowing, because if given a meal is broken down to smaller pieces first, it can rub against its brain, causing damage. Oh, my head is hurting just thinking about it. Speaking of swallowing stuff, bits and pieces of kraken have showed up in each other's stomachs, but this does not necessarily prove that giant krakens are dining on one another. Some scientists speculate that the krakens have accidentally swallowed a few of their parts of itself somehow. Me and little Geck are not buying this theory. We hope to find out with a little bit more research that we are doing right now. Oh gracious, it looks like we've got some of the buzzards coming in to get some of the pieces that are falling off of this kraken here. They're gonna get crazy around here. They're gonna come in here like seagulls, picking up the scraps over here. The little Geck's going all over the place. Oh my goodness, what? Oh my goodness, crikeys! Oh great, man, now the buzzards have brought in the sandworms, and these are the giant sandworms. Things are about to get interesting here. Little Geck better get himself out of there real quickly. He's gonna find himself in more of a pickle than he needs himself into. Well, I tell you what, them sandworms and them buzzards are gonna cause him some trouble down there. Let's pray for little Geck. Oh, crikey's there, mate. I wasn't worried there for a minute. I knew you was going to get your 13 back. Go ahead and hide back here a little bit. Gain some ground on this kraken here. You gotta get some space in between you, especially when you got those buzzards and sandworms buzzing all around you. This is not gonna be a good situation. You see how he's dug himself a little foothold there, and now he's gonna spin around and get him a good little shot. We're gonna go ahead and get a little tentacle sample here. So he's gonna go in close and get some of these pieces this before the buzzards come in there. Oh, we got some sandwiches flying overhead. He better watch out. You know, he switched over to his mining beam, over to his plasma beam. So he's gonna be very careful and very surgical with how he cuts onto the tentacles. Oh goodness, watch out, he's gonna gain some ground. Go back to his little dugout little spot over here. Oh, it's so exciting. This is such an exciting time. Great footage. We've never seen this live footage yet. And you can see he's going to come over here to the roly-polies. Once the roly-polies come out, it's a good sign that... Lots of people call these things pill bugs, but they're actually crustaceans, not insects. I tell you, that's a very common misconception. They're referred to as bugs, but they're more closely related to shrimp and crayfish. Now, you can see that he's surgically removing some of the Kraken's tentacles here as he gets a better shot on that